Hi everybody, Stash Cash here again with the Keepers of Cash Flow and another geocaching.com tutorial. Today's tutorial, we're going to go more in depth into pocket queries. We touched on them a little bit when we did the route planning in a previous tutorial, but today we're going to focus just on the pocket queries. I highly suggest you take the time to play around with pocket queries, as they can be a very powerful tool on geocaching.com. First thing you're going to do, go to your profile. Scroll down to the bottom, left hand side, Premium Tools, Build Pocket Queries. There's some information here about what type of file you might need depending on your GPS software. And the supported software applications, there's a link there. Detailed instructions on creating your first pocket query, nice link right there. And learn how to use the other premium features with this link here. Let's go ahead and review geocaching.com's list. Premium members can create a pocket query to create a list to download to their GPS device. A pocket query can include up to 1,000 geocaches according to the filters you choose. You can have as many as you want. There are limitations to how many you can run in a day and how often. You can create an unlimited number of pocket queries. You can store up to 1,000 of them. You can generate up to 10 per day. 10 downloads per day, and they will only show you active caches. They give you a quick 5-step process for creating a basic pocket query, and they tell you to read up on the advanced options and filters. Okay, so they even give you some step-by-steps for popular pocket queries right here on the website. Geocaches published within the last 7 days, wheelchair accessible geocaches, and you can run one for your finds. This special pocket query returns all geocaches you have found, including archived caches and your log entries. My Finds does not include lab caches. Find your My Finds below your regular pocket queries on your pocket query pages. Select Add to Queue to run it. Let me show you a little picture here of what it looks like. This information can be really good for if you are creating a puzzle cache that requires information about your history as a geocacher. We actually had local cachers create such a cache. You can see here on your pocket queries, active pocket queries. This one doesn't have a proper name. It runs on Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. This is a pocket query I created for events within Alberta. So we'll create new query. We'll do a first to find query. We're going to run this query once and delete it. If you want to run multiple times like the one I showed you previously, simply pick the days of the week. And you can have it uncheck the days after it runs, so it'll run it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but only do it once. Or you can run this query every single week on those specific days you choose. So if you want to run it multiple days but for 1 week, first one. Second one for multiple weeks, same set of days. And to just see what it comes up with once, run it once and then delete. For this specific type, we're looking for first to finds on any kind of cache. We don't care what the cache is, so we're going to leave it selected as any type. But if you were looking to complete a challenge of some sort to get X number of first to finds on letterbox hybrids, you would click the letterbox hybrids as an example. Then you come down to the size of the container. If you're like Saskash, you'll choose large, regular, and virtual, and you will ignore small and micro. You look at these filters here, you can look at caches that I haven't found, I don't own, are available to all users, not on my ignore list, found within the last 7 days. So if you're looking for a recent find, make sure they aren't missing. Have travel bugs. You can look for caches that have been disabled. Ones you have found. Ones that you do own are for premium members only. Ones you have on your watch list have not been found. That's the one we want for this particular pocket query. Updated in the last 7 days. This would include anything with a maintenance log or a note but not necessarily found recently. And we want ones that are enabled. So we don't want anything that's been disabled but still hasn't been found. You can choose your difficulty and terrain settings. If you're trying to fill in your difficulty and terrain grid, this is the perfect section for you. You can pick any combination of numbers that you are looking for to get the types of caches that you need to fill that in. And within what location? We're going to find Canada. Oh, and we're going to find Alberta. If you leave it none selected, it'll run the pocket query for the whole province or country that you've chosen. You can do it based around your home location, around a specific geocache, a postal code, or by coordinates, and within a radius of 100 miles or kilometers. This place during section can help you achieve various challenges for geocaching. You can pick dates. So if you're looking to find a cache that was placed in May 2000, you would pick May 1st, 2000 up until May 30th, 2000. To really hone in to exactly what you're looking for. For this particular listing, we're not looking for anything in particular. Then you get down to your attributes. Attributes are hit and miss with regards to a pocket query. Not every geocache owner fills in their attributes. You're allowed up to 15 on a cache, but that isn't to say that someone will fill it in. And they might put in more important attributes, but leave out less important ones. So as an example, a cache that's in a parking lot might not actually say that there's parking available. But if you click that, it's only going to look for geocaches that have that attribute. So you might get a few first to finds come up on your list because they don't have that attribute. You will get less. Attributes to exclude. Same kind of thing. Some cache owners don't put attributes on their stuff, so this is kind of a toss-up on whether or not it'll be helpful. But if you know that there's certain things you can't deal with, as an example, I don't have a wireless beacon app, so I can say we can exclude anything with that because I don't have the technology to do it. You can't do a long hike. You can exclude that. So any cache that is marked as being greater than 10 kilometers or has a wireless beacon on it will not be included on this list. Email address that you want them to send it to, and it'll just come up with an email that just says that your pocket query has been ran, it's ready to go. It'll give you a link to download it in whichever format you choose for your GPS device. I highly recommend including the pocket query name into the download file, especially if you're running it on a recurring basis, or if you have multiple pocket queries going, so you can keep track of which download is for what pocket query. And then you're going to submit the information. Brings you right up back to the top with this lovely green text. Personally, I would prefer they had a separate landing page to say, yeah, you're done. Click here, versus this, as I've mentioned in previous videos, you don't always notice this green text. You can preview your search here, so we're going to click on that. And we have found 145 geocaches within Alberta that have not been found. You see there's a few new ones, a few older ones. This one at the top of the list was placed in 2014. So I'm going to go ahead and sort this by the date placed. So the oldest cache unfound in Alberta was placed in 2011. That's according to my Pocket Query. So there you have it. That is a quick tutorial on how to establish a Pocket Query. If you're trying to create a specific Pocket Query, let me know in the comments if you're having any troubles, and I will do my best to walk you through step by step. I might even make you a specific video to show you how to do that. As always, if there's anything I've missed in this tutorial, please let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions for future tutorials, I would also love to hear from you down in the comments below. If this tutorial was helpful for you, give it a thumbs up. Share it to your local geocaching Facebook pages and group pages. And if you want to tag along to follow our geocaching adventures or see future tutorials as they are released, click the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you will know every time we release new content. I hope you found this tutorial useful. And that's all for me for now. Happy caching.